What's going on? What's going on? You already know it's your boy Lou Riley the third, aka the Coin Catcher, and I am the number one motivational speaker on social media. Listen, African Americans. Well, first of all, let me explain to you why I'm saying what it is that I'm saying. Myself, um, April, a young lady named April. Myself, I'm talking about it right now, Bill. Myself, a young lady named April, my man Abdul Sabur, T Money, and Kenny Robb. Um, we're actually going to do a speaking engagement online, a motivational speaking engagement online. Now, what I was going to do is just put it together and have us do it. You know, put some t-shirts on and basically orchestrate it over StreamYard live on Facebook. Now, I told a couple friends of mine about doing it that way, and they kicked straight in. They was like, "Well, why would you do it like that for free?" Like right now, they're giving money out for motivational things, speaking, motivational programs, all different types of things. For motivation. Any types of information to put the guns down, and it's just a few things right now that the government is cutting checks for. So. Um, what I'm actually what I'm actually in the midst of doing right now is getting my paperwork together to legitimize what it is that I'm doing. Like I have my EIN and I have all of that information, but now I have to actually get registered with the state in order to be legitimized with the state as an actual business. And in doing that, it will allow me then to bid and or request some of those funds for things that I've already been doing, like things that you've already been doing, like videos, podcasts, all sorts of things that are trying to, in some sort of positive light, have a positive change on the environment right now. The government is giving money out for it, but you have to be legitimate. You have to have your paperwork together. You have to have, everything has to be in order so that the government can freely give you what it is that, that you're requesting from them in order to do what it is you're trying to do. And a lot of these things we do just on the strength of our heart, not understanding that it's money out there. See, this is what happens. We have a lot of, they call our children, misfortunate children, so on and so forth, of children in the neighborhoods that could be living better, if you will, for lack of a better term. People outside of the African American community create programs to help the African American community, and they get paid. They get federal grants, federal funding to create these programs to come into your neighborhood and talk to you about gun violence or talk to you about whatever it is that they're talking to you about, which you are directly being affected by them. You're directly being affected by this action, but they have people who don't know anything about it coming in, talking to you about it and telling you about studies and so on and so forth, but they're getting money for that. They're getting grant money. You understand what I'm saying? Like they're not coming into your neighborhoods trying to save you and save the neighborhoods for free from the bottom of their heart. Come on. Hey, what's up, Yadi? What's going on? They're not trying to save the people from their heart. Like they're getting a check for that. People make money off of other people's demise. They make money off of poor people, less fortunate people. Yes, they create programs and then they come in the neighborhood. You have these single women, white men, white women coming into the black neighborhoods, which I mean, that's fine, but they're coming in on a grant. They're coming in on a check though. They've created a program, put something together, and and yes, they're coming in to help. Um, but it's not from the bottom of their heart. What I'm saying is we are out here doing the same thing, but we don't know how to get to the funding though that the government is giving in order to do what we're already in the neighborhoods doing. That's the key. We're already doing the work. We just don't know how to get to the money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Miss Bessie been taking people in down the street and feeding people and so on and so forth. Mr. Bob been showing them kids how to change tires down there at the such and such. He been showing them kids how to work on cars and this, that, and the other. He don't know that that's a mentorship program. He doesn't know that he can actually get federal funding for them kids that he has in there helping him in that garage. He doesn't know that. He's just doing it from his heart. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of things we do just because we are who we are. Other people are doing the same things and they're getting a check. The government is cutting them a check because we don't know how to implement our paperwork correctly so that we can get it to the proper people and that they can get it, get it to who it needs to get to so that we can get the funding in order to do whatever it is we're trying to do. Like we're already doing it. I know guys that's out here training kids right now, basketball, that have basically a program. They're available for these kids every day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somewhere that these kids can go and get off the streets and not do this and not do that. And these men are respected. You understand? And they're not asking for a dime. They could get a check. They're keeping kids off the street. They're showing them something, and they're matter of fact, they got a couple kids to school or helped get a couple kids to school. They didn't do it themselves. They made a couple phone calls. They were in the loop. It's people out here right now, and I don't want to say they're preying on the less fortunate, but it's people out here right now that are doing those same things, and they're getting a check to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Yadi. Exactly. That's the point I'm making. Yeah. Yadi says, exactly. I mean, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like we ultimately just don't our issue is we don't know how to get to the bag. Like that's been the history of African Americans not knowing how to get to the bag. And what happens is our ideas and our actual things that we make. You understand what I'm saying? Our ideas and our goods get taken by people that know how to put the paperwork together, and those people go ahead and legitimately get that done, and it appears as if it's their product, or they just buy it off of us for a smidgen. You understand what I'm saying? They buy it off of us for next to nothing, and then what they do after that is they legitimize it, and then they go ahead and sell it to Coca-Cola or such and such or blase, and make millions. Exactly. Exactly, Yari. Why? Why? Yeah, but see, that's what we do. Yeah, why wouldn't you want to be reimbursed? Like, see, that's who we are. Oh, no, no. Yes. Because if you get reimbursed, then you can actually do more. If the government cuts you a check for $50,000, you can help more. You understand what I'm saying? Like the money is there for that purpose and reason. And like I said, that's a prime example right there. Yeah, I read that is a prime example of what I'm talking about in regards to us. That's, see what I'm saying? Right there. That's a prime example of we how we as people do something from the kindness of our heart, not knowing that it's a check out there. Like that lady was asking you specifically about reimbursement, not even giving you a check, just paying you back for what it is that you actually did. And I agree. Yeah, it's something that we do on a regular, and it's and case in point, it's money out there, and we can have it because we're already doing the work. All we need to do is get the paperwork together. We're already doing the work, like we are. So you understand what I'm saying, y'all? It's people that are legitimately understanding what the government is paying for. Like right now, it's a big thing about gun violence, murder. You know what I mean? Just violence, violent crime, and the government is giving out money for programs that are assisting in that arena. I'm telling you right now, there are people who are not actually affected by gun violence putting together programs right now to implement in the neighborhoods that need it. Now, granted, I'm not saying that those programs aren't needed. What I'm saying is there's people already in those neighborhoods that's speaking to kids, that's putting things together, that's talking already, that's doing all of these things, but they don't know how to get the funding that's already out there for them to do what it is that they're doing right now. Yari says she knows I own a catering business and wanted to know my catering price for what I did, but I refused. Derek says, show me the money. You know what I'm saying, Derek? Derek, I'm talking to, I don't know if you know Yari, but Derek, what we actually talking about is how we as African Americans do a lot of things in our community that people who live outside of our community get grants to come in and do. They get a grant, they come in, they come in and like they'll put together a whole program and come into the neighborhood and talk to our kids about gun violence and get a $200,000 grant from the government to do that. But we'll have individuals that's already talking to these young men about gun violence at the YMCA, so on and so forth already, and doing it just from the kindness of our heart or their heart, and not know how to get to the bag or not know how to put the paperwork together to get that 200,000 to create their own program to do what it is that they're already doing. And what Yari was saying here is she actually did something to feed the homeless, right, Derek? And in her feeding the homeless, somebody came to her and asked her what her expense was for doing that, and said that they were going to look out, I guess, for her in some capacity, maybe even, pay her back for what she expensed. And she was like, no, I'm good, and I said, why did you do that? And she doesn't know why. And that's a lot of times we don't know why. But there's money out there for things that we do on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis. The federal government is giving money for. I know somebody right now that isn't African American that's putting together a lifeguard, not a lifeguard, but a crossing guard program. To whereas now that the schools don't actually have to take care of hiring them, it's going to be like a flagger force where you know how they have flagger force where if you're doing any type of construction, you can hire flagger force and they'll send people down there and they don't necessarily work for the company. They want to do that with crossing guards with different schools and different districts. I was like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And it's just them trying to get another check. That's what it is, them trying to get another check. So all I'm saying is, for lack of a better term, paperwork people. Get your paperwork together. Hey, I'm going to say this. Like I said, a lot of people have businesses already and don't even know it because the things that they do on a daily basis, helping people, talking to people, doing little motivational videos, whatever it is that they do. And pardon the word little, I apologize. Yari, Derek said, have you thought about doing a nonprofit? I mean, there you go. Or yeah, nonprofit side of the business as well. I mean, that's a good idea. That's a thought. That's a thought. Derek, she says she hasn't. Um, that's a good idea. To do something like that. Paperwork. She says she don't know how, and that falls right into Derek. That falls right into what we're talking about right now. But that's a start right there, admitting that you need help with trying to get something started. That's a start right there, because it is important. Like you said, because if you did have a nonprofit, then that would have been beneficial to you and her. Because if it was nonprofit and then she paid you the expense, she could have wrote it off under your nonprofit and blah 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 blah. It would have worked out. It would have been a pure blessing for everybody involved. But hold on, you guys are chiming in quick on me. Okay, y'all read. Derek said he can get you connected. Oh, okay, y'all talking right now. Good. Absolutely. Yeah, Derek. I think you're responding to what I was saying, how it would have worked out better for both, or it worked out great for both of them, because the lady could have written it off under her nonprofit. Yes, absolutely. So what I'm saying is, if you guys that are on here know of anyone that's doing anything in the neighborhoods or any type of help or any type of motivational things, they can potentially be in alignment for some sort of money. You understand what I'm saying? To do what it is that they do. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I bullshit you not. People come up with these soon as they find out what the government is giving out money for. Like it's public record. They'll tell you, like the president will tell you, we're infrastructure, this amount of money, the fatherhood programs to give father that amount of money, for this, that amount of money. Like these people strategically, you understand what I'm saying? Look at where the money is coming from and coming to, and they plot on ways to get it. That's like how they make their living, coming up with these programs and applying for these grants based upon them being able to put a program together. But we are already doing the work. We already doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like I said, I know a couple guys that's out here training, but their training is more than just training. Like they're motivating these kids, they're picking them up, they're taking them here, they're dropping them off, they're making sure that these kids are in a positive environment around them, and they are keeping them out of trouble, for lack of a better term. Listen, man, it's money out here for that. You understand what I'm saying? But we get so, and I don't want to say prideful, because I don't think we're too prideful. I just think that we don't know that the government is giving out money for that. And then when somebody offers it to us, that's where we go. We go there. Oh no, I'm good. I don't need you to give me no money for that. Why not? Why not? No, 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 no. Listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be people coming into the neighborhood to talk to children and young people and parents and whomever, even going into the schools. You know, that's where they really make a lot of money at. They'll go into the schools and talk about gun violence and this and that, but they may have never actually even heard a gun go off. And here's another thing. They put these programs together like basically with photocopies. They get a bunch of information. They do their homework. But information from here, information from here, information from here, and they put it all together in a package and they program it, stamp it, submit it with all the proper paperwork, and boom, here comes the money. Come on, man. For real, we need to get in this game, or we need to get to the money because we're already doing the work. We're already doing the work. Derek says, hold on. Derek says, I've been providing home plans for homeless and hard place individuals for over 20 years. Grants will help expansion, trust and believe. There you go. There you go. There's somebody right there with somebody right there who has information, who's basically saying that grants and things of that nature will help you expand, will help you do more. And the money is there for that. What I'm saying is you're not asking for a loan or anything like that. This money is being allocated for the programs that are doing the work that we're talking about. And you and you and you and you, you're already doing the work. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're already doing the work. Legitimize yourself. Get your paperwork together. You understand what I'm saying? Get registered where you need to be registered at. And then go get the money. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. You know, I've been doing my videos and doing a lot of different things. And a friend of mine basically let me know, hey, it's money out there for what it is that you're doing. Because I was telling him that myself, Kenny Robinson, April, and Abdul Sabor, T Money, are going to do a speaking engagement via Zoom, and talk for 5 to 7 minutes a piece about a specific topic that I taught him. And he was like, "Why would you do that for free? Don't you got your business?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I have that, my EIN." And he was like, "But I'm not registered with the state." He was like, "Listen, man, get registered with the state right now and go ahead and try to solicit some of that money from these schools, couple colleges." Because I did speak already at Harrisburg University. And he's just saying, you can pitch to them the package that you have. Like, they have students that watch things on their websites over the summer and this and that, and they have money to spend. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So that's what I'm in the midst of doing right now, trying to tighten up this paperwork before we put everything together, so that, we can try, and again, we, W-E, myself and the other individuals involved can have something to split. Because granted, it's not like we had a deadline that we had to do it by this day, or that's not the case. Hopefully, everybody will still be able to be involved, when the paperwork and everything is put together and we're moving in the right direction. But I just don't want to shoot a blank right now, just something just to do. That's not where we're at. Everything has to be calculated. And I just think that, once I get the paperwork together, and also because of what my background is in, I have no problem getting on the phone, making a call, I train people to do that. Phone sales is my expertise. Inbound, outbound. So I do it all. Train how to get past the gatekeeper. Basically, sales. So with that being said, once everything's legitimized and I have a package, I have something to pitch. But I'm saying this, what you're doing right now for free, you can probably get a check for if you had your paperwork together. There's people out there right now that I know somebody that doing some baking and this and that, and they're teaching some young girls how to bake. Get your paperwork together and you can get a check for that. That's a program. You're teaching young ladies how to make cupcakes and this and that. And I'm quite sure when y'all in the kitchen doing that, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. So y'all weren't just talking about cupcakes when you guys were in the kitchen talking. So that's a program. That's if your paperwork is together, you can pitch that as a program. Yari, look, Derek. Look at this, Derek. Yari just giving out all types of free services. And I'm not saying that, Yari, to get on you. I'm saying it because not until too long ago, I too didn't recognize, this right here. What you're talking about basically, and what you're saying that you do, like I said again, somebody will come in in the neighborhood with what do you call them, with a polo rugby on that has like the name of their program over top of the pocket. Every tree grows. Every Tree Grows program. Everybody got the little white polo shirt with the every tree grows with the tree right there, and they coming in and they want to talk to you about gun violence and this and that, and they're going to leave a couple hats and yes, because they got 150,000 to do that. That's what I'm telling you. Yes. Yes. Yes, Yari. Yes. Yes. Paperwork. Paperwork. That's what we need to focus on. Paperwork is exceptionally important. All I'm saying is there's so many ways to do it. But again, the government is giving out funding for specific, and they're called hot topics, hot notes, hot points, because these are things that Biden is running on, that such and such ran on. Like these programs are like staples where they're ready to throw some money at. You know what I mean? Like again, like infrastructure. You're going to see everything getting built up right now, streets and this and that and so forth. So because they put a lot of money into the infrastructure, they dumped a lot of money into the different states and places like that to rebuild a lot of the infrastructures, to upgrade the infrastructures to fiber optics in certain places, and other places that don't have internet where it's affecting the children because niche topics, absolutely. Yeah, so it's real. It's real, ladies and gentlemen. It's real as real can be. Like if you sit down right now and target, like see, and another thing, we a lot of times because we're living day to day, you know what I mean, trying to keep our head above water, we don't really have the liberty to look at these other things that are going on that are possibly, or we think we don't have the liberty. Let me say that. But if we understood the benefit as much as people outside of our culture does, we know that we make time to put these things together. We make time. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's real. Um, I'm a what I'm gonna do right now is because I have a few things that I actually have to do parentally. Um, and I have like two things I have to do for work. But I'm gonna come back on a little later on, and I'm gonna extend this topic right here. Yeah, so Derek, Derek, that's real right there. Derek, that's real right there. We think we're keeping it real and not doing it for the money, not understanding that if we get enough money, we can do it for a job. And what I mean by that is we can focus more attention, more time to helping people versus having to go to that warehouse for 8 hours and only being able to do what our true calling is maybe 3 hours in the evening because I mean, we got to get family time. We got to do this. What if we could do that 8 hours a day and then go home and be with our families and loved ones and dinner and this, that, and the other? That's what it's all about. So if there's any type of way that you can get away from having to be tied down to um, a, a, a job that isn't directly attached to your calling. You feel me? Absolutely. So listen, I'm going to take this opportunity, you know what I mean, to thank y'all for sharing your time with my time, making it our time.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean for y'all to go. Yeah, I mean, come on back, come on back, come on back. So basically, what we're saying here is that if you understood paperwork, then 9 times out of 10, your situation would be better. But listen, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for sharing your time with my time, making it our time. Have a blessed day.